Are we ready for this?
No, but we'll do it anyway. Hello and welcome to the Part-Time Gamers, the gaming podcast for people with full-time lives. I'm your host, Cyranex, and I'm joined by my good friends, Gristle and Nina12. Hey guys.
Hello.
Yep. So right off the top, yes, we did miss the show last week. My wife has been battling some sort of bug going around, and I had to step up, be the responsible husband, and take care of her and our daughter. But we've got her on antibiotics. She's doing all right. Actually, our daughter is at my parents' place while my wife is sick because we don't want her to get sick too. So I was able
That's
to do
important.
come back to the show today. So yeah, how have you two been doing this last couple weeks?
Yeah, busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, busy. Working school. Yeah.
Seems to be the theme lately.
Yeah.
But,
Yes.
Yeah.
But I'm also sick, so
Yeah.
oh
Yeah, it sounds like it.
yeah, this is actually much better than I have
Really?
in the last few days.
Oh wow. Well, again, I appreciate the fact that you've chosen to soldier on and join us today. I know I'm not even the one sick, and I had to miss the show last time. But yeah, thanks for coming on
it's a
despite.
Same thing. So
Yeah. All right, but anyway, let's get into our water cooler talk. Go ahead, Zach. What's been going on with you the last couple weeks? What's happening? What are you looking forward to? All that stuff.
Like I said, super busy. School and work are in full effect as they have been for, it seems like 16 years, billions of years now. But I had it's funny, one of the classes I'm taking is an online course, and I'm not going to bore you with the details of it, but there was a there was a quiz that I may have missed, and I was
Oh.
really worried about it. I didn't realize it because I have gotten like no feedback back from this professor at all. I guess I've never done an online course that's been run like this, where like she posted stuff in the class at the beginning of the semester and then has had no communication with us since that time. And that's like 2 months, and it's just like, okay, so what are we supposed to do? So I missed the date because there was no notification. It's buried in the syllabus. And I emailed her, and she was like, oh yeah, well, I'll open it again just so you can take it because you missed the date. And I was like, well, that was nice of her, because apparently each quiz is like 20% of our grade, and had I missed
wow.
it, that was a serious problem.
Yeah.
So that happened. That was like last Friday or something like that. So that's school. So it's been a journey. I went to the Renaissance Festival this past weekend.
Yeah.
Yes.
nice.
I
Ours
really
opens
wish I
this
could have gone
weekend.
with you.
Yes. You missed a raucous good time.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah. If you guys
always-
go again this season, if you make it a Sunday, I might actually be able to go with you.
So that would be this upcoming weekend because it's the last day. It's there's no other, and we're not. I'm not going again.
Really?
One time a year is. I mean, I could maybe get away with 2 times a year if I go earlier, but yeah, this upcoming weekend is the last weekend, and I don't have any time to go again. Despite the fact that not to talk about the fact that my liver might not be able to handle it, but not that we were super horribly gone this time. At least I wasn't. I kept a check on myself. I had to be driving, so
Yeah.
But we did something totally interesting and novel this year. We actually got there like as it opened.
Really?
It was way early. I live a little further away now, so I left my place at it was like 5:30 in the morning. And I went,
Wow.
and I went and I drove and picked up Adam, and we all met up ended up meeting over at my folks' place, and then we drove out from there, and we got there. I didn't even realize until we got there that we got there like 15 minutes after they opened, and I was like, oh,
Wow.
excellent. So right in, but the bars don't open till noon there.
Really?
So yeah, so we wait. So we just walked around
So
and then just
there really
chilled.
isn't any point in getting there
Right.
until until noon.
Right. Echoing the sentiments of pretty much the entire party. Like, oh, so what do we do now? I guess we actually like do what normal people do when they come here and enjoy the Renaissance Festival.
Right.
So so we did that, and it was good. It was a good time.
Yeah.
I, if
Yeah.
I would have liked to have gone more than once, but
Yeah.
yes.
I really I noticed your text or whatever that you were heading out there, and it's like, dang it, because I had to take care of my daughter this weekend because my wife
Yeah.
was actually out of town. But,
I didn't even know. I actually I did know because I think we talked about it, or at least you mentioned it, and it totally slipped my mind that yeah, someone's got to take care of the babe. Like it
yeah.
so yeah, there was that.
Uh,
Um, I've been learning Linux. That's been good. I have a Linux boot
hmm.
on one of my laptops. Yeah, that's been nice.
Oh, yeah.
It's interesting, complicated. At least I think it's complicated.
Yeah, I would probably
Uh,
think even more so because you're more technically inclined than I am. So
Sometimes depends on what it is. Depends on
yeah.
the tech, I guess. Um, and I've been playing Baldur's Gate 2 Enhanced Edition, and it's a thrill. And I don't know when they added this, but they have like Steam Cloud support for save games now. I guess a lot of games have this now, but I didn't realize they added it for this. So I booted up on my one machine, and then I was like, oh, so somewhere I was out and I needed to play it, or I really wanted to play it, but I didn't want to start all over, and there my saves were all there. I was like, oh, cool. So I currently have it running on like 4 different machines, but
Nice.
but yeah, I'll consolidate someday.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's me lately.
All right. Cool. How about you, September? What have you been doing? How's life been going? What are you looking forward to?
Well, I haven't been playing anywhere near as much as I want. Like I'd rather be an Azeroth bumper sticker, really.
That evening.
Yeah,
The new
I still
job
have-
is
yeah.
going
Go ahead.
well. It's thankfully from home and a lot of, computer work and brainstorming work. And yeah, so that's neat and inspiring and fun. I got a cool call yesterday. I don't know if uh, apparently David Byrne wants to volunteer. So I got to come up with something to do for that. So that's pretty exciting and neat and cool.
That is cool.
And yeah, what else? Our Ren Fair starts this coming weekend. I'm hoping to go. My son, my 12-year-old is studying the Renaissance at school right now, and he's been nagging the teachers like, I can get extra credit, right? I'm going to go to the Renaissance Fair, and I should be able to get extra credit.
I agree.
That's pretty
I-
awesome.
I
Yeah,
definitely
that would
agree
be
with that.
excellent.
Yeah, and they do have like field trip days for the schools, like educational days. And so I posted it to the school's website, and hopefully they will jump on that. I mean, it's a good opportunity, I think, for a lot of kids too. I mean, their field trips, they have these like giant, like I just paid like $500 for this trip to DC he's taking. So it's like a $12 Renaissance field trip would be a little more accessible
Yeah,
and relevant to their
definitely.
curriculum
Yeah.
$12. Is that really what they would be charging?
for
That's
kids.
not bad. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
it's 12 or 13, I think, for kids.
Oh, okay. What's the adult tickets there? Do you know?
Like 24, and
Okay.
opening weekend they've got a twofer.
Okay, so that's okay. That's about the same then. I didn't realize that the kid tickets were that much cheaper. That's cool.
Well,
And
yeah, how many of
sometimes
us have
for
kids?
free.
Well, I mean,
I The last couple years I've taken Fletcher for free because with AAA I get like free kids admission.
Oh, that's cool.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, over on my end, like I've been saying, I'm taking care of my sick wife lately. Taking care of our daughter. Trying to be the responsible husband, father that I should be, which is difficult because I usually have the maturity of a 12-year-old.
Sure.
But
Right.
been doing well with that, and work has been weird lately, just up and down. There have been times when it's been ridiculously fast. Just everything is busy. Just crazy. And then especially during the week, there are times when it's just almost completely dead, and in like a like 4 or 5 hour span, I get like 4 tables. So
Dang.
yeah, but
Any word
it
on that other
Oh yeah,
opportunity?
what's going on with
uh
that?
yeah, I've made a little bit more headway regarding Comcast. I've gotten through my online assessment. I've done my phone interview, and then haven't gotten anything back since then. So I don't know. I don't know what to
When
expect
when
with
was that
that.
phone
So
interview?
Yeah, I took the assessment, I think, last Tuesday, and I sent them an email following up, trying to see if there was any other information I needed to get or whatnot, and haven't gotten any response back from that.
have you had an
So
actual interview?
no, I haven't had the in-person interview yet.
Okay.
That's what they were
Don't
supposed to
forget
be
your thank you
scheduling for
letter.
me. Yeah, that too. But yeah, I mentioned that last weekend my wife went to a women's conference that she was invited by one of her friends, and she actually was going to go last year, but we actually the weekend of that would have been last year was the weekend that my grandpa had passed away, so we had to do their funeral. So she had to cancel the trip last year. The
Right.
same friend offered to take her again this year, and she was able to go. And other than being sick, she really enjoyed herself. She said it was really nice to just they went out to a campsite out on the west side of Michigan, and she just like went on the hammock, went on the front porch of the cabins, and just enjoyed nature. And
That's
that's
awesome.
that's what she loves to do. So,
And
and
caught the
she
plague.
well,
And
she
caught
caught
the
the plague
plague.
before she went there, but but oh, but
Someone's
yeah,
got to have it.
yeah, but she was just happy that she got to just have a weekend uh, of just basically where she didn't have to worry about anything. Her food was provided and everything, so she didn't have to just got to relax. But that
That is awesomely
yeah,
precious for a mom.
you
I'm glad she
definitely
got that.
yeah, so am I. Oh, and so despite the fact that she was sick during the trip, she still really enjoyed it. But as a side note of that, since I had to stay home and take care of our daughter, I had to take Saturday off of work, which was for me great. Well, at least not financially, but it was
Right.
great otherwise because I got to take part in the Angriest Chicken Open summer tournament, uh, which I lost miserably in the first round, lost three
Hey,
straight games, and was eliminated immediately. But it was still fun just even being part of it because I pretty sure I missed the last one, the spring tournament because of work. I think
Well,
I
I'm
don't
glad you
remember.
were there to represent because I had to miss. This was the first one I missed.
Yeah, yeah. I
I ran
noticed
into
you had
recording time.
yeah. I noticed you had signed up, but I didn't see you on the bracket. So
Yeah, I contacted them the night before because it ran into recording time, and we
uh,
had Jules from Torin Think Tank on,
oh
so I
really?
couldn't schedule. And yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you
So
should give a listen. That was pretty exciting.
yeah, I haven't. I've gotten backed up on my podcast lately, so I got a couple I need to catch up on. But other than that, I've been trying to get back into Heroes of the Storm lately. They have one of their event going on called the Machines of War, where they've introduced two new StarCraft themed battlegrounds, a StarCraft themed hero, and a character from Overwatch, which actually is probably one of my favorite characters in Overwatch. Zarya, the Russian weightlifter. Uh, they actually I picked her up in the game. Excuse me. She was released yesterday. I picked her up after that, and I've been trying to just figure out her like how she works the best in the game because she doesn't really have like a clearly defined role as a tank. So just been playing AI games with her, trying to figure out talent build and everything, like when to use her and such. I still like her as a character, though. I think it's pretty cool to play as her. But on that note, it's time to get back to work and talk about our games today. And yes, I said games. We're talking about 3 today. Um, these games. The reason we're talking about 3 games today is because these games are pretty. pretty easy to pick up. They don't take a whole lot to learn how to play them. Then they're pretty much just kind of like small table games. You can play these like at a restaurant while you're waiting for your food. But the games we're going to be talking about today are Zombie Dice, Codenames, and Snake Oil. So starting off, first we're going to be talking about Zombie Dice, which I actually picked up this game quite a while ago. Yeah. And so it's a game designed by Steve Jackson, who is also the designer of Munchkin, for those who know that one. It's published by Steve Jackson Games. Right now you can find it on Amazon for about $12. You could probably find it at a lot of different stores, including Walmart, Target. It's a pretty widespread game. You can probably find it there for like $15.
Although I will say, when I have like looked for it specifically in the past at some like random retailers like Target, it's always hard to find. It's like it's there, but it's all bought out because it's so cheap.
Your local comic book store, and they will.
Yeah,
that's my experience.
That's probably the best place to get is like a local comic book store, or local game store. I think that's actually where
with something this low cost, they'll also just buy a couple. And then, other people get exposed to it.
Yeah. Like, I'm pretty sure I bought my copy at Pandemonium, which is our local game store. I don't know, like 3-4 years ago now, something like that. But Zombie Dice, as you can imagine, is a dice rolling game. But primarily it's a push your luck style game. The players are portraying zombies, and you're trying to be the first one to get 13 brains. That's the goal of the game. How you go about that is that on your turn, the players will roll 3 dice, pulled randomly out of the container, and you'll roll those. Each dice has 3 symbols. There's the brain, which means it represents that you captured your victim and took their brain. There are footprints, which symbolize that the victim escaped. And then there's shotgun blasts, which represents that the victim fought back. In addition to the 3 symbols on each dice has one of 3 colors as well, with each color representing different odds of getting brains or shotguns. So all 3 colors have 2 footprints on them, but the green dice have 3 brains and only 1 shotgun, and there are 6 of those in the container. The yellow dice, there are 4 of in the container, have 2 of each symbol, so you have even odds of getting everything. The red dice, which there are only 3 of, have only 1 brain and 3 shotguns. So it kind of gives you... Now, the thing is, if you pull dice from the container, you have to roll them. It doesn't really give you an assessment of, I should stop now or whatnot, because you've already pulled the dice, you have to roll them. But it does give you kind of an idea of what the possibilities are of failing miserably, basically. So it just gives you an idea. It's like, okay, green dice, okay, I should be pretty good. There's only 1 shotgun, so I only have a 1 in 6 chance of getting the shotgun off of this dice. But if you pull a red dice, it's like, well, these ones could be bad. But yeah, the goal of each turn is to just get as many brains as possible before you get 3 shotguns. So after each player rolls, whatever brains and shotguns they roll, they put those over to the side, and whatever footprints they roll are re-rolled with their next roll. So say, for example, you roll 3 dice, you get 1 of each symbol. So you get a brain, a footprint, and a shotgun. You take the brain and the shotgun off to the side. You'll grab 2 more dice at random from the container and roll those with the footprint dice that you still have on the table. So no matter what, you're always rolling 3 dice. After each roll, if the player has less than 3 shotguns, they can keep on rolling, or they can stop and bank the brains they have accumulated. If the player gets 3 or more shotguns, they lose all the brains they gained that turn, and their turn ends. So it's very important to say that turn. So if on turn 1 you're able to bank 5 brains, and the next you stop before you get 3 shotguns, you will always have those 5 brains no matter what. In the next turn, you get 10 brains in one turn, which would be dumb because you would stop earlier than that. But say, for example, you get 10 brains and then you get 3 shotguns. You lose those 10 brains you gained during that turn, but you still have the first 5 that you gained the previous turns. And basically, play continues on like that until one player gets 3 or more brains and ends their turn. That initiates one more round of rolling. And after that last round, whichever player has the most brains at the end of that round wins. So it is possible to initiate that last round and still lose if someone else gets more brains than you during that last round, which has happened. But yeah, this is, like I said, this is one of those games that you could easily play like at a restaurant waiting for your food, as long as you don't lose the dice on the floor. But it doesn't take up a whole lot of real estate. It's just rolling dice, so it's very simple to get into. I've taught multiple people how to play this game that have no real game inclination whatsoever, and they've enjoyed it.
It's super easy.
Yeah. And the fun thing about this game in particular is the fact that you can always go on a lucky streak. No matter how bad or good you roll, everyone is still in the game because it's rolling dice. It's a very luck-based game. So, I mean, I remember a couple times when I think we've played where Dan's gotten like 12 brains in one turn, and
Wow.
Oh yeah.
yeah. Actually, the first time I've seen this game played was actually on tabletop from Geek and Sundry. I believe it was their 3rd episode of their first season, so it was one of their earlier games. And one of the players actually got like 13, or I think he actually got like 13 or 14 brains in one turn, and won that game.
I bet it wasn't Will.
Jeez.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. But yeah, so it's nice because, like I said, everyone is still in the game because it's a very luck-based game. But it's just hilarious to play it too. So, any other
Yeah, all the
comments
people
from the two
looking
of
at
you?
you funny in the restaurant.
That game
think
is amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, we pretty much covered it, but it's so simple, but it gets so heated.
Yeah.
You only you play like 2 or 3 rounds of it even, and it's everybody's kind of on the edge of their seats watching what the other person is about to roll.
Yeah.
It's fun. I recommend
Yeah,
it.
especially it gets a little heated when 2 people are really close to like one person has 12, one person has 11 or something like that. Because
Right.
when you get that close, you just like, yes, 13 brains starts that last round, but if someone else is that close, you have to like push your luck as much as you can so to get beyond 13 so they won't pass you.
Yeah, you're
So
kind of forced to.
yeah. But it's definitely a fun game, very easy to get into.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, heading on to our next one is Codenames, which is a much more recent game. I think I don't know if it's came out this year or last year, but it's still pretty recent. And I don't even know if I can pronounce the designer's name. I'm just going to say Vlada Žvatil. You think that's accurate? I can't even.
Close
I don't even know.
enough.
Yeah, VLAADA CHVATIL is the designer, and it's published by Czech Games Edition. You can find it on Amazon for about $15. Another relatively inexpensive game, and this one I've heard about, and I think it's a really cool concept, and yeah. But it's a word association and deduction game. If I had to try to put genres to it, 2 players are the spy masters, and they know the real identities of these spies. The rest of the players are operatives who only know the spies by their code names, hence the name. Now, what this means is the players are divided up into 2 teams. You have a red and a blue team, and two of these players are the spy masters. They get to see the key card that shows all. Well, getting a little bit ahead of myself. Basically, the play area, you have this 5x5 grid of cards that have code names on them, which are just kind of random words. Like, a couple of examples that they had in the book are nut and bark. And they have a a wide variety of different names for these code names.
So like stuff the Secret Service would use.
Pretty much. But
So you don't know who it is.
exactly. So, but the spy masters have the key card that shows which words on the grid are associated with spies of both colors, innocent bystanders, and I keep on saying bystanders. Bystanders.
Well, they are the standards of the bystanders.
Yeah. I realized when I was doing the show notes, it's like, I never call them bystanders. I always call them bystandards. But anyway, tangent. But innocent bystanders, and there's one card that's the assassin. So how the gameplay goes is each round, the spy masters will give their team a one-word clue and a number as to which code names represent spies on their side. So an example they have in the book, two of the words that are on the grid are nut and bark, like I said. And you could say, you could have the deduction or the reasoning that both of these grow on trees. So you give the clue tree 2. So which the number represents how many of the code words on the board are associated with the clue you're giving them. So you say tree 2 and hope that your teammates get the understand what you're trying to say, which words you're trying to get them to choose. After the spy master gives them the clue, the team tries to guess the code names, which ones are the correct ones associated with that clue. If they guess correctly, they cover the code name with a spy card of their color, and they can continue guessing up to the number that was given plus 1. So in the previous example, they would be able to have a maximum of three opportunities to choose a code name. You can stop before that if you so choose, but you have the maximum of 1 plus that number. If the team guesses and chooses a bystander, they cover the code name with the bystander card, and their turn ends. Nothing else really happens. Just they forfeit the rest of their guesses, and their turn ends. If they guess and choose one of the other team's spies, not only does their turn end, but the other team gets to put one of their spy cards on that code name. So you end up helping the other team by choosing incorrectly. The one that's probably the most detrimental, though, even more so than choosing a spy from the other team, is choosing the assassin. If they guess and choose the assassin, the game immediately ends and the other team wins. So
wow,
harsh.
That's pretty harsh. But one of the kind of advanced tactics that you could do, they said you can have the number be 0, which means that whatever that clue is something you don't want them to guess. So, say for example, trying to come up with an example real quick. Say for example, the assassin is nut, and you could say, and the clue that you wanted to give them was like almond 0. So that means that let's say that nut is the assassin. You want them to choose anything but that card. You can say, give out that clue and that basically tells them, it's like, okay, don't choose that, whatever that card is that they think it is. The problem is that also gives the other team that kind of clue as well. So when you're doing something like that, it's kind of a give and take, because in that instance, you're also giving the opposing team a clue to who the assassin is as well. But that basically, that turn goes on like that until the first whichever team discovers all of their spies. So once again, pretty simple game to get into. Really, where all the nuance comes in is uh, like what you consider to be valid clues. Like they in the rule book, they have a couple different methods that you can go about it. You can either have very firm rules where you know it's like it has to be associated with like the meaning of the word. It can't obviously can't include the word and stuff like that. But then there's some more loose rules where it's like, okay, it doesn't have to be exactly one word. It can be like a proper name. It can be, stuff like that. So really, the nuance comes from like what do you consider a valid rule, and it doesn't really. There is no wrong answer as long as it's consistent throughout the game for both teams, then it doesn't really matter.
So it has like a house rules, not Scrabble rules type thing.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, they've play tested. It says they've play tested multiple different kinds of playing the game, and these are the ones that kind of have worked the best for their players. Uh, but there's not really any wrong way to do it. Is as long as you're consistent throughout the game. That's really the most important part.
And you said 5x5 grid of cards. Are the cards playing card size?
Uh, I they might. I think they're either playing card size or maybe a little bit smaller.
Okay,
So
so
it
not much space either. That's good.
yeah. So it's not it does take up a little bit of real estate on a table, but not a huge amount. You can play it on a coffee table, type of stuff. So that one's probably a little less able to be played like at a restaurant just because it does involves a bunch of cards on the table and stuff like that. But if you go into a friend's house and you just got a coffee table, it'd be great for that. Um, anything else you guys wanted to add to that?
Nope, sounds like a good bar game.
Yeah, definitely agree with
If it's
that.
not too loud.
Yeah. But I guess going into our last game for this episode, we're going to be talking about snake oil, uh, which actually September informed us about, and I actually uh, really intrigued by. Is designed by Jeff Oakes. Oakes is how would you pronounce that?
No idea.
OCHS. Yeah.
All right.
Ox. Yeah. Yeah. Whatever. And it's published by Out of Box Publishing. You can find it on Amazon for about $25, so it's a little bit more expensive, a little bit bigger box. But I was trying to figure out how to describe this game in one sentence, like genres, and the best I could come up with is a word combination storytelling game, I guess. Uh, and the basically what happens is players are these like wacky salesmen trying to sell some sort of incredible product to a customer. So I guess a little bit of background of the statement in general. In the Old West, there were these salesmen who had tried to sell snake oil, which is this miracle product, to whoever would try to sell it, try to basically swindle these people out of their money by buying literally useless stuff. And so
It's like
that's where the
as seen on TV in frontier times.
yeah, pretty much, yeah, that's a very accurate way of saying it. But that's where the term snake oil salesman comes from. But that's basically what you're doing in this game is at the beginning of everyone starts off with these card this okay. Basically, what you're trying to do is sell these incredible products to your customer. And the way you go about that is each player has 6 cards that each have a single word on them. And you choose one of the players to be the customer starting off. That player picks a customer card which defines what kind of character they are, like a caveman or a nurse or things like that. The other players have to use 2 of their 6 cards. They combine those 2 words on the cards to create some sort of product. Like for example, one of the examples they have on the box is the the customer is a caveman, and like the products are animal blanket or beard brush or snow machine, stuff like that. And what you have to do after you make that combination of cards, or the combination of the words, is you have to make this 30-second pitch for that product to the customer. And after everyone has made their sales pitch, the customer chooses whichever product they liked the most, and that the player who made that product is awarded the character card. So it's very interesting because of that, again, that like kind of storyteller element, trying to come up with like, okay, first off, what words can I combine together to make something that would be relevant to this character? And then how can I pitch it to them creatively to make it memorable and, get them to choose it? So it's definitely got this like apples to apples or Cards Against Humanity feel to it and kind of gameplay, but it just, that added storytelling pitch element, I think, is really cool.
I played this game at a Potion and Pixels, like an event at a bar, and it was so much fun, so amusing. I mean, this little bit of role playing that gets in there, it was amazing. Like, complete strangers never saw each other before, and they just would fall into their role because, I mean, it's handed to you. Yeah. And then the people making the pitch, we have this commercial culture now, and we're used to, or, you've seen carnival hucksters or whatever, people like trying to convince you by any other means, throwing each other under the bus, trashing the other person's project or product in your pitch. I mean, it was just hysterical. It was so much fun. The guy who owned it, and I'm going to buy this game. He had put every single card in a card protector, and I don't blame him, because you can play this like forever. Yeah. There's so many combinations, and you get different people playing, and just the stuff people come up with. Holy moly.
Yeah. Like I could imagine, like Zach and I especially, well, all three of us have, a background in role-playing games and stuff like that. So just trying to come up with like just that character to portray and like coming up with all the stuff on the fly is right up our alley for it. So
yeah, there's definitely creative thought, even though it's so simple, because you have to think of a product and you have to think of who you're pitching it to. So
yeah. All right. Any other notes on that one? I think we hit the all the bullet points for that one too. So, but just to recap on all three of these games, all of them share the characteristics of being very easy to get into. It doesn't take a whole lot of learning to get a lot of enjoyment out of these games. They're relatively small, so you can play them almost anywhere. They're all just really fun party games. So I think most, like, Zombie Dice doesn't actually have like an upper limit to the number of players you can have. I think Codenames was like up to 10 players. I think Snake Oil was up to 10 players too, something like that.
Yep.
So
yep.
These are wonderful games for large parties, New Year's parties. I think it'd be great to. That's something we need to do at some point, Zach, is actually have like organize a New Year's party again. But
I want to play Snake Oil with my kids and my husband. It would. Yeah. I know it would be hilarious.
Yeah. All right, but with that all set, it is time for our employee assessment. All right, and the one hard part about these games being so simplistic is trying to figure out questions for this. One second. Okay. Well, looks like we're having a little bit of trouble with Zach's mic, so it might.
We're working on it.
Okay, there we go. I heard you that time.
We're good.
Okay.
Something happened. I was like, hey, I'm saying stuff, and you've been laughing over me, and I'm like, wait a minute, what's happening?
Yeah, for like the last I didn't even realize it. Sorry, but anyway,
No,
good to have
it's
you
okay.
back.
I didn't realize it either. I guess I was talking at like, for the most part, the most opportune moments when you guys weren't talking, and then all of a
So
sudden.
you didn't know we didn't hear you?
No, all of a sudden. Okay, I'm like, wait a minute, this doesn't make any sense. Okay,
We were really just ignoring you.
good. Well, I want to play all those games. Okay, go on to employee assessment.
Yeah. All right. Well, good thing we got that figured out. Anyways,
Yes.
But yeah, like I was saying, one of the hard parts about these games being so simplistic is trying to come up with multiple choice questions regarding them.
Yeah, I was curious as to how you were going to do this. You got 3 games
So-
to base this off of.
So I don't know if if you're gonna just get these easily or if they're just going to be so random that there's no chance. But we'll go with it anyways.
Yes.
All right, starting with question number 1. On the snake oil box, which corner is the out of the box logo situated? Is it A, on the bottom right, B, the bottom left, C, the top right, or D, the top left?
What's that thing that he says in Shaun of the Dead when they're playing the video game shooting zombies? He's like top left. Top left. I think top. I'm gonna go with top left
Oh, sure, why not?
because we don't have any idea.
Yeah, this
It's
is
already
cheat.
open
Right.
when I saw it.
yeah. So you're going with D, the top left, right?
I love the top left.
Yeah, I hate my draft.
Sorry, it is
That was-
the top right.
That was my next guess.
Yeah. Sorry. These are the best questions I could come up with. All right. Question number 2. How many word cards are included in snake oil? Is it A, 280, B, 294, C, 312, or D, 336?
Man, it's a
What-
lot. I didn't even know. It's what?
What was D?
What was B? 294.
Hmm.
Yeah, A is 280, B is 294, C is 312, D is 336.
I mean, I don't even have any frame of reference,
Yeah.
but I feel like you would need a lot for a game like that. You think
It's a
B?
lot. It's a lot. I don't.
Yeah. Do you think just shy of 300?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
I feel
Let's
like
do
I'm
B.
at least that many. It's a lot.
B, 294
Sure.
294. Sunk
is
my
incorrect.
battleship.
It is 336.
It is a higher. Dang.
Wow,
Yeah, it's
that
See,
is
you
a
could
lot.
play
got
it
a
over
lot
and
of
over
words.
forever.
That is a lot. Yes.
Right? Like how many combinations? Holy cow.
Yeah, gives it a lot of replayability too. But, all right, trooping on. Question number 3. What the hell is trooping on?
I don't know. I was about to ask you that, but that's okay. That's okay.
I just you're making up statements now. Anyways,
Fine.
going on. Question number 3. On the back of the Codenames box, how many bystanders are shown? Is it A1, B2, C3, or D4?
How many what are shown?
How many
Bystanders.
innocent bystanders are shown on the back of the Codenames box?
How many bystanders?
Bystanders.
Oh, I thought they were bystanders. Okay.
up.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Is that the
Yeah.
the ones you're giving us?
Yeah. What do you
3.
think? 3?
I like 3.
sounds good.
1. I feel like 1 is like that's dumb, and 4 is too many. 2 is maybe, but I'm liking 3.
All right, you
C3.
agree on 3?
Sure.
Theo.
That is
Yes.
correct. There are 3 of them
Yay.
shown on the back of the box.
I couldn't find that,
Illogical
huh?
deduction.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, question number
One's just
4.
a flag.
What was it?
Right.
It's 2 of them. They're holding a standard. There's 3.
All right, question number 4. How many code names are included in the game Codenames? So, how many individual code names are there in here in the game? Is it A 400, B 320, C 260, or D 200? So,
What
how
was
many
the first
code?
one?
400. It is A 400, B 320, C 260, and D 200. How many code names are in the game Codenames?
All divisible by 5, so that's useless.
I've lost my guessing powers after that first one. I think that we should go for the higher number. I like 400.
Like 400.
Like 400.
All right, both agreeing on that?
$15? That'd be a bargain. Let's go for it.
That is correct.
Yes!
There are 400 code names on. Here's where I was trying to trip you up. It's 400 code names on 200 cards. They're double-sided cards.
Okay.
So.
Okay. You sneaky. You're lucky that I don't have much of a frame of reference for this one either. So.
Yeah.
Or unlucky,
All right.
I guess.
Last question. Question number 5.
That was
According
the
to the
hardest.
official, and according to the, you tripped me up, man.
I'm sorry.
According to the official Zombie Dice webpage, according to the official Zombie Dice webpage, who does Howard Taylor like Zombie Dice more than? So on the official Zombie Dice webpage, it says Howard Taylor likes Zombie Dice more than blank. Is it A, Master Chief, B, George Lucas, C, Mario, or D, Patrick Stewart?
Am I
Oh
supposed
my.
to know who that dude is?
I
Is he
have no
like the
idea who he is
creator?
either. I think he's like
Gotta
he's
be
a
involved.
comic artist.
He likes it more than.
Yeah, from
I
what
mean,
I saw,
I would like to put my vote for Peace Stew because I love me some Patrick Stewart, but I don't have any. I don't have any reasoning.
Wait.
Yeah,
You just
Peace
call
Stew.
him
I
Peace
used
Stew?
it. I did.
Oh boy.
If he ever hears this, I will stand by it and call him Peace Stew to his face.
I don't know whether that's clever or insulting, but
It's
Okay.
affectionate. Trust me.
all right, continue
That's
deliberating.
Let's go just because we love him.
Going with Patrick Stewart.
I don't think I would love Zombie Dice more than him, but this guy.
All right, that is incorrect. It
George
says
Lucas
Howard
is
Taylor likes Zombie Dice more than George Lucas.
It's George Lucas. I knew it.
Although, I'm like, since the webpage is a little bit old now, the link that it has is actually just redirects to an air page now. But
Oh,
yeah.
seriously.
but
Oops.
I was looking through the stuff on the webpage and it's like, that looks funny. I'm gonna put that as a question. So yeah, I have a feeling that was more on the extreme, like random, not a chance to get him side of.
Sure.
Hey, we still did better than last
Yeah,
week.
you
last
still got
Yes.
2 of them, so
Yes.
it wasn't too bad. But
Can't complain. Shouldn't
Yeah.
complain, rather.
yeah, don't complain. Just
I'm not
just
going
don't. Good. All right, and with
Yeah,
that,
he worked hard on that.
I did.
No
I mean,
complaint.
for like 20 minutes.
well, you know, it's rough,
Yeah,
man.
it was tough to come up with those questions. But
Believe it.
anyways, with that brings us to the end of our show. Yeah, everyone, thank you for joining us. If you find value in our show and like to support us, you can at patreon.com/parttimegamers or by giving us a 5-star review on iTunes. After listening to a bunch of podcasts, I realized that I had not been saying that, so it's in our official outro now. So, and if you'd like to contact us, you can with our email, parttimegamers.cast@gmail.com, or on Twitter at PTGcast. You can find me on Twitter at Cyrenex or on battle.net, which actually a random bit of news, they're going to be dropping the battle.net name and just calling it Blizzard Tech in the near future. So I'll have to change that once I do that. But for the time being, on battle.net with the battle tag Cyrenex number 1996. You can find the show and the rest of my work at caffeineinducedproductions.com. Ember, where can people find you on the internet?
I can be found at 9 of 12 on Twitter. My battle tag is 9 of 12 number 1102, and you can hear me on geekgrills.com.
Great show. Been really enjoying
And I
it.
don't sound like this.
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah, and how about you, Zach?
You can find me on blizzardtech.net with the Blizzard tag Zakaleth XAKALETH number 1466. when I am on there, which I am not currently. I need to log that in. But thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, we need to play more games together.
I know.
More dots.
We need more dots. Right.
More dots.
Stop dots.
Stop dots.
All right. And with that, until next time, we are the Part-Time Gamers clocking out.